So guys, today we're reviewing the Nanopix digital sensor by Eighteeth, and it's quite interesting. I've been using it for almost 6 months now, so I didn't really want to give you an opinion until I've used it for a long time and taken thousands of x-rays with it, so to give a really good opinion of it. And essentially you'll get your box and you'll get your your USB with all the software on it, and essentially it's this is the sensor, and if I remove the box out of the way, you can see this is the sensor. And it's very, very thin compared to most. And I got, there's two sizes. This is the size 2 sensor, which is a little bit bigger, but for most adult patients works really, really well. You can get the smaller sensor as well for people where it's a little bit tighter, pediatric cases. But anyway, this is the sensor that I use the most. And this the size, and if you have a look in terms of the height of it, so what are we, height, looking about 45 millimeters, 4.5 centimeters, and then thickness, this is where it's really, really good. .8, something like that. So really, really thin, obviously, and very, very low profile. So and I'm going to show you now compared to one of the other sensors that we used to use before quite a lot, how it compares. Okay, so this is the, I'm not going to say what brand it is, but this is the other main sensor that most of you will be familiar with, and the height roughly, where are we here? It's about 43, 44, yeah, 44 millimeters. Okay, so not too dissimilar. And then this is where it's really, it's about 7.2 millimeters thick. So compare that even in profile, these two. You can see how much, and even the back, this bit, you've got to account for that as well. That's quite thick as well. So, when you stack them up against each other, the height-wise, I think it's a little bit more, but I think the thickness really, and that's a lot of people complain of when it sort of digs into their gum a little bit. So it has a sort of flatter, thinner profile. So, this is, 5 times the price of the Nanopix. So, in terms of just basic size and ergonomics, this one is far better that we've noticed. Now, obviously, I've been using this one, these famous sensors for a long time, and I've only been using the Nanopix for 6 months, but so far they are very, very comparable, and this has better ergonomics that we can see, and I'll show you some of the imaging in a minute. But if I now show you the sensors with their connections. So I wanted to show what sensors holders we use, and these are like the famous RIN ones. So if you've ever seen these, there's lots of different manufacturers, and yes, most of them it won't be an issue, but just to show you, if you're going to use it, because sometimes they don't tell you, or depending on what country you are in, what is available. But obviously you'll put a protective sleeve over this, and it just connects in just like that, and away you go. Okay, and then if you want to do, for example, my actual preferred sensors are these ones, that have a little bit of give as well, so they'll fit most sensors really well. So that's a handy tip for you guys at home, that what sensor holders do I get. But yes, these themselves can obviously, they're used to a much thicker sensor if you have a look. So yeah, that's that part. So this is typical of sort of the X-ray quality you can get, and bear in mind this is being recorded via an iPhone, so you don't get to see all the quality. But yes, you can see it can clearly differentiate bone, impaction, different restorations, amalgam, any sort of radiolucency. So it works perfectly adequately with all, and you get a good field of view with the X-ray sensor. And I just want to make things, because obviously for a lot of UK people, we use something called Examine Pro, that integrates with Exact software. So if the company or whatever Examine Pro say, or they're not familiar with this system, it works the same as any other X-ray sensor. It integrates perfectly with the system. It saves automatically. You can as well get your settings so that you can adjust it to however you want it to be. So if you sort of go, oh well, I want to just have with the integrated software, the Examine Pro that comes with Exact, you can play around with everything yourself and adjust it to however light or dark or however you want it. Now, the sensor does come with its own software, but because we use Exact Examine Pro software, we just find it much easier just it automatically saves onto our one, and then we can register it with our intraoral camera. So I just want those people, especially in the UK, that are a bit unsure whether to get this sensor or not, for the value for money that you get. It's incredible, and the quality speaks for itself. I've not had a problem with it. Integrates perfectly fine. My associates use it. So yeah, 100% great sensor, great price. Yeah, highly recommend it.